Well, you may have noticed a familiar face has not been seen during our television news broadcasts and elsewhere for a week or so. Governor Newsom hasn't made a public appearance in more than a week. In fact, certainly an unusually quiet period. So we asked ABC 7 News insider Phil Matier to look into it, figure out what's going on. He is live with the story. Phil, what's the deal? What are you hearing?
You know, it's interesting, Dan. Most politicians you and I know and have worked with, they make news by getting on television and saying something. But right now, California's Governor Gavin Newsom, after the recall and amid the COVID pandemic, is making news because he hasn't been on TV and he hasn't been seen for about 11 days. And that sort of gives you an idea of the scrutiny the guy's under. It all started when he abruptly canceled his trip to the climate summit in Glasgow, Scotland, and citing unspecified family obligations. Well, that raised a few eyebrows because people saying, well, what's going on with the family? Why would you cancel something that big? The fact of the matter was, Dan, that it was President Biden was going there. There wasn't any real need for Gavin Newsom to be there. And a trip to Scotland at this time just wasn't the greatest thing for a 4-day turnaround. So he said no to that. But what really kicked things off was after he received a booster shot for a COVID vaccine, he completely went off the radar virtually. And that led to speculation on the ever-growing internet that he must have had a bad reaction possibly and that they were covering it up. Now you'd say, okay, so it's on the internet, but it quickly grew when Gavin Newsom's wife put out a tweet that has since been put down, basically telling those that are questioning the governor's presence ought to, quote, stop hating and get a life. The next thing you know, it was a news story that was appearing from here to London. Wow. Where's Gavin Newsom? I guess the guy is a contender in many more ways than we think.
Well, boy, it's a field day on the internet for this, obviously. What are you hearing from the governor's office, the staff?
Well, they were kind of taken aback, Dan, because, I mean, as I said, they're used to trying to promote the governor. Instead, they started getting calls this morning saying, where is he? What's he doing? What's this? Does he have a bad reaction to COVID?
And the kids, literally, they kind of had an intervention. They said they couldn't believe that I was going to miss Halloween. And we got a 5-year-old, oldest is 12, 4 young kids. And I'm defending myself. I got to go, honey, this and that. And my wife was going to go as well. And, mom and dad missing Halloween. For them, it's like worse than Christmas, missing Christmas. And I woke up that next morning with something that's probably familiar to a lot of parents, that knot in your stomach, that I had no damn choice. I had to cancel that trip. And I appreciate it. And so not only did I get that costume, not only did I go trick-or-treating, I enjoyed the weekend. All 4 play soccer at the Boo Fest. Anyone from Sacramento knows what the Boo Fest is, this big soccer tournament.
Does he have a bad reaction to COVID? 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 Does he have a bad reaction to COVID?